We are back.
Money bands.
Money bands. So, as we all know, the studio is so busy, locked in, cooking, working on the future. And, one lucky piggy and I we could only go, it's 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We just couldn't take it anymore. So we're like, you know what? Let's go back to our old ways. But let's mix it up. Let's see if we can see how this remote thing works because we're only, what, 4 or 5 months away from you going.
Six. It's
Six,
inevitable that we'll
six,
have to do
six, six,
remote, but
seven. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, just an opportunity for us to test it out.
and just like that, I remembered how much I don't miss filming these.
So these are going to be
Uh,
raw, uncut footage. No editing, none of that. We're going to just come, talk what's on our mind, what's happening in the week of Piggy Banks, and just keep rolling like we usually do.
yeah, why not, right?
Yeah. So
We did actually have a remarkably big weekend.
we did real quick before that, just to let folks know, I'm one lucky. Oh, he's one lucky piggy. I'm Trandella Piggy, and we will either be posting these on our old YouTube channel, Instagram. We got figured out. I don't know how long the footage can go, but probably our old YouTube until the studio is ready for us again, and we're back over there.
Yeah.
So
Hey, am I blurry? Because you look kind of blurry to me right now.
you look a little. No, you look, yeah, a little blurry.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, if the whole recording is what I'm seeing right now, we're fucked. It's because it's terrifying.
Oh, I see me, and it looks great, like
Okay.
clear.
And I look good?
You look good. You're a
All
little
right,
fuzzy.
perfect.
Yeah,
Then who
no,
cares? Who
whatever,
cares?
whatever.
So yeah, where do you want to start, man?
Regardless, whatever people see, they're gonna be like, "Oh, these guys went backwards from the last
Oh,
time they saw
it's
us."
100% 5 steps back. 100%. But like, who
Okay,
needs like good quality audio and like good producing
who
and
needs
visual
that?
effects? Like that's
We need
crazy stuff. You
good
don't need that.
conversation, good topics, and all
Yeah,
that
exactly.
piggy
And
banks.
that's what we bring to the table. We
Yeah,
stimulate.
exactly. Okay, so you had asked me a question. Where do we want to start? And let's talk about two amazing guys, one amazing podcast putting on an epic party this past
Oh,
weekend.
that's where you want to start?
Yeah, why not?
It's just not like that good. It's not that good chronologically.
Well, okay, then okay, where do you
Right?
want to go? You want
We
to
just
go
start
to
on
the
Friday.
videos?
We should start on
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh, okay, Friday.
Start
Sorry,
Friday, where from
nights
10
to
a.m. to like 5
okay.
p.m. Studio was open for visits. We
Yes.
just got a video today posted about it. Looked like a truly amazing time. We saw Brad. We saw Cody, who, by the way, just looks way too cool with his like cool
Oh
artist
yeah.
glasses with his
Oh yeah.
cigar and all stuff. And we looked like everyone's having a great time. Looks like the spirits were really high. Looks like everybody was just stoked, getting their piggy hype revitalized. I wasn't there on Friday, but it looked really really fun. I know you were there. I saw you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The energy in that building was just electric. It was so much fun. The entire staff, like it was their day to just mingle with the community as well.
Mm.
Playing ping pong, they had, the racing machine they got. Just good conversation everywhere. The studio had drinks available, light appetizers, and we were able to just hang out, really ask the questions we wanted to ask, right? See a lot for a lot of people it was the first time in the new studio, so everyone got a tour. They got to see our old digs, right? Our where we record.
It's a
And
shame that nobody like sat down and took any pictures with you in the podcast.
if that was only the case, I probably had 5 to 7 requests to go upstairs and take a photo in the chairs. All of them. I'm going to send this to Jason. We found his replacement. So
Yeah,
just so you know, Jason, people are gunning for your job.
you guys can have it. You can have it. Do whatever you want.
And they were very. I was very pleased to see my Blanton's bottle was still there, and
Yeah.
everybody wanted to pour. So
And then obviously after that, you guys came over to Trust
yes, we did.
the nights. But it was an awesome night for me to get to cook dinner for the what was it, like 14 nights, 15
Yeah,
nights we
I think there's
came.
about 15 there. Yeah.
Really really cool to meet some of those people in person. Some people exactly what I expected. Some people totally different than what I
Oh
expected.
yeah.
So anyway, super cool experience for me. Loved it. What did you think?
Oh man, as a night, so we've been on this journey for a year together. I would say 98% of the people was like first time meeting them was through when we became knights, and they were. We've all become so close, and no, majority of us have not even seen each other. We've become close friends all through Instagram, right? Sometimes we pick up a phone call, but seeing everyone there together, it literally just, like it's almost like a college reunion type of thing where you haven't
Mm.
seen these people forever. And it was just so much fun. The conversations, just learning about, we already knew our interests within piggy banks, but learning about everyone outside of piggy banks, you know, putting named faces to names. It was so special. I think for all of us, it'll be one of the biggest highlights as part of the journey for the 1 year. Um, one of the coolest things, and I will just touch on it. We cannot talk about the piece, but the night's final piece was just amazing. There was not a single night who said that this is not like this is their favorite piece. Every single
It's
night said that.
it's a night piece that we can guarantee will never move.
Never move. Never. Never. And out of the respect for those who weren't there and who didn't get to see it yet, none of us have posted on social. None of us have said what it is either. So people can have the joy when they get it back at home, get it delivered at home who couldn't make
Yeah,
it.
and I'm gonna go ahead and fill you in. It's like
Oh, I can't hear you.
so. Yeah, you're
Oh,
gonna love it. So you're gonna
oh,
love it. Yeah,
yes. I didn't even have
yeah.
to mute it out.
What do you mean?
Oh no, 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 nothing, nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I was just talking about the night piece. I figured you
yeah.
can't tell him, but I could tell him.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Well, I wish you didn't tell him everything about it. There'll
Well,
be
I
some
mean,
upset nights.
I couldn't leave any details out. You know, I couldn't leave any details
Yeah.
out.
So as far
Okay.
as just also far as the dinner, amazing drinks, amazing food. Thank you to you, chef. You did an amazing job. For majority of the folks, it's the first time eating at Trust, and it's fire.
Hmm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then for some people, it was like an awful night, and I haven't been able to like properly apologize yet, and I still feel really bad. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Anyway, and then it brings us to Saturday.
Well,
Uh,
before you finish there,
oh, you're
after the
right.
night's dinner,
You're right. You're
after the
right. You're
night's
right.
dinner, um, uh, all the nights, and then a ton of bunch of community members came in Thursday and Friday. I actually went out with a few of them Thursday night. Saw you as well. But I don't know how 98% of the entire community was staying at the Irvine Marriott, and we literally took over the bar, the lobby bar. It was about, I would say, easily close to 40 people.
The
All at the
nerdiest
very.
grouping that
Oh
bar has
my
ever seen.
god, so many nerds. We loved it. It was so much fun. People just
I
meet.
asked Liz what it was like to be the only girl staying at the entire Irvine Marriott.
100%. Um, yeah, it was actually complete. Yeah, all dudes, but it was so much fun. Where you got to just a lot of folks, right, coming in. That's where they're staying, and first opportunity to meet a bunch of them. So that was nice.
Yeah, and you were telling me that you literally loved everybody, and there was like nobody who was like getting on your nerves, or like
Loved them
somebody who
all.
you were like really annoyed with. There was
No, no,
nobody.
not at all. Not at all. I loved everyone that was there the entire weekend. It was
I think
such
that
a
you were
great time.
even hoping that some people who were kind of pestering you a little bit would like continue to do it even more. Is that what you
You know
said?
what? I love when folks speak their mind.
Okay, so anyway, so the next day, Saturday, that was the day that we threw our party.
Yes.
Um, Huge amount of pressure throwing a piggy party because we've done two before. Both have been insane, and so obviously doing a third one, you've set such a high bar for what the event can be. We didn't have really any support from the studio, which obviously is totally fine.
Yeah.
But that historically has been one of the main reasons to come and be excited, of course, is the fact that you were guaranteed to get a drop. You were going to see maybe some auctions, some raffle pieces. And of course, we had that, but they were like community pieces as opposed to like these like bangers, these PMGs, these like crazy pieces that the studio has that they decided to donate for the event. So anyway, you know, the power of people being in the same room is just so ridiculous. I saw people who, you know, had beef with each other, laughing at the bar, having a great
Yeah.
time, big hugs, you know. And of course, it's so easy to have an opinion about someone when all you get is their tone via a message in a chat. You know, like a text is so different from person to person conversation.
Yeah.
And you know, some people can say things they're saying with just a smile and a laugh that it's actually kind of funny, but if you just read it, it comes off as super rude. And you know, people can develop these opinions about others, and then as soon as they meet in person, we're all this really fucking annoying nerdy group of people. And so, of course, when we find each other, we're like, oh shit, like we do like each other. This is a good group for us.
Yeah.
And I think that any time in general that we go without a piggy drop, the community gets a little crazy. You know, they
Oh,
do.
definitely.
I think especially if you're in the phase of collecting where you're like building and you're building and you're building, and then all of a sudden there's like no real opportunity to be building your collection. It's easy to like get a little stir crazy. Ask yourself, well, is this even worth being here? Like, if I'm not able to add to my collection, like, do I even want? Maybe I just sell these and get out. You know, and so obviously people go a little crazy, and then you know you see people come together, and then after that event you see the people who were like maybe going a little bit crazy coming into the chats going, look guys, like we've drank the Kool-Aid, we got to be positive, we got to be putting this in the right direction. And so that was really really cool to see, you know, on its
Yeah.
own, like the community deciding on its own that it really was special and needed to continue to evolve if it was gonna keep going. And you know, more importantly, you see these big deals happening. It was like a 20K deal that went down. You know, the market's very much alive. Maybe not in these group chats with the same 250 people where they're just recycling pieces, you know, but very much so. There's a lot of hype and people who are really craving pieces. I mean, there was a guy who was desperately trying to buy a collector at Heart '01 for $7,000, and you got another guy who's like, dude, I'm trying to get the whole set. I want all five collector
Yeah.
hurdles. It's like so you know you just come to this like incredible impasse where you've got two different groups of people who like are all just craving the same thing. I don't know. I thought it was a really great thing to have everybody in the building together to get like a real pulse on what the community's like at the moment, and see it firsthand. So I obviously feel bad for anyone who didn't get to make it, and was just like hugs all around for the people who did get to make it.
Yeah. I completely agree. It was amazing the amount of energy in that room as well, right? We had people from all over the country. People flew in, right? And they got stuck too because they couldn't make it home the next day, right? With the storm coming up. But
Monkey Business had to drive home.
he drove home. I know. Uh, but everyone being able to be in the same room, like there's so
How
many
about Liam?
people
How about Liam coming from Australia?
and got home before monkey business.
Is that true? Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he got home
Oh my
today
god,
too.
that's fucking wild.
he he got home before monkey
That
business.
shouldn't be possible.
I don't know. But first meeting a lot of the folks who who actually sit and watch us from beginning to end, a lot of the stuff and the compliments they had, like being able to, did you know that we actually bring information to people that they actually learn from us, that they actually enjoy us and they actually think we're funny? Do you know that?
No.
No, neither did I. But these compliments were so nice. Meeting these people were amazing. A lot of people who've reached out just because of the show, or just within deals and trades, and finally meeting them. Man, they were so much fun. They were amazing to meet, and it was such a pleasure. And then you're right. It is all about people finally talking in person. I feel like you meet, you build a bond, and then you don't see each other for like 6 months, and that slowly, you can continue to talk, but it's not the same as being able to meet each other, whether it's regularly or whatnot. So I, like you said, the folks who maybe weren't getting along, and being able to just have a drink and letting bygones be bygones is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Clearing it up a little bit. You know, you might not go out the effort to like open Instagram,
Yeah,
DM someone, hey bro, let's clear the air. But you're in person, you're right next to him at the bar. Hey bro, like how are you? What's up? Looks
yeah.
good. You know, hey, that thing we were worried about, it's not a big deal. Blah blah blah. Like bury the hatchet. You know, and obviously that was super cool. And you know what, we blew it on this one is we should have at the very beginning used the hook about stay to the end to find out who won to take it to the bank's best piece of the year.
Oh, we haven't even announced. I know. We did.
So anyway,
Well, well,
so if you're
we
still
want.
watching now at 16 minutes and 25 seconds, just hang on for a little bit longer, and we will.
Yes, super excited to announce that. That actually went so well.
That's
Um,
actually what you need to do is at the when you put the title of the video, you need to write "Stay till the end" and to find out who wins.
no, I don't want to put that. Then they'll just forward and nobody will sit through us.
I think all we need to do is get the video finished. You know, if people
Yeah,
watch the end of the video, I think we get credit.
I know. So yes, a lot of big deals did go down. I actually did a big deal.
Oh, oh no, no, you didn't. No, you did. You got that like little piece.
The little one, yeah, this little one, yeah,
What?
this one.
Put it in front of your face. I can't see it. Wow,
That was a
wow.
nice deal I made, and I will tell you, I'll be honest, like just with the way things were going, I wasn't. Let's just say I wasn't necessarily going and seeking pieces. And after this whole weekend, I've been so energized. I'm just, my pig, like I can't wait for another drop, right? And so I've been looking, I've been like, and something I haven't told you, somebody may have gotten their first money back.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Which one did you get?
I will surprise you when I see. I don't even have it yet. I haven't even
Oh,
finished
wow.
paying it. I haven't even finished paying it. It's not.
Oh shit.
They're not cheap.
No,
but
no.
um, but I mean that just the hype from this weekend got me so excited. We love the product. We believe in piggy banks. We believe in the studio, and that is my big takeaway from this weekend, especially from the folks that went to go visit the studio on Friday and then carrying it over to the energy Saturday of all the community being together. I almost feel like it would have been cool if the studio was there, but with them not being there, it was just us being ourselves, right? Just
Yeah, that's what
letting
I said. That's
loose.
what I kept saying. Like it's like a party when your parents are home versus a party when they're gone. Like it's way better
Yeah,
if they're gone. You know?
yeah. So it was.
Everyone's having a great time. I want to do a big shout out to Flamingo Banks because we obviously
Oh
talked
yes,
about it beforehand, that he was going to make a custom wall piece display, and dude, it was so nice. So first of all, like huge piece to ship to make, had to take a lot of time. It was a lot of different materials used in it. Really, really, really cool. I wish we had like a great picture of it that we could put in here. Hopefully the guy who bought it will do it. But you had the silent auctions, and we had what, like 8 pieces
eight
plus the
pieces.
display, and the display actually sold for $1,400, which is freaking insane.
It's so
And
amazing.
and even though Flamingo Banks had donated it to us, we sent him. We made sure he got paid for it
Yeah, he
because
got the
that
money for it.
we
Yeah,
didn't do anything for it at all. And I mean, obviously,
yeah,
like it was so generous of him to even us imagine doing that. So super cool. Big shout out to you, bro. And obviously, very happy that you made some money because obviously you were trying to do something nice, and it's very cool to see that happen.
yeah.
Um,
No,
and what a pain in the dick to ship.
yeah. Did you get it?
It only see wherever he lives, it only costs $55 to ship. But here it costs $100 to ship, which is bullshit. But even the box was like $30.
Serious?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, but
All right.
obviously, if anyone here buys a wall piece, they'll realize that shipping can get even worse. Because
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
heard it's like almost $2,000 to ship a wall piece, which is fucking insane.
Really?
Well, because I heard the
Wow.
box is like $300,
Well, I will be shipping any
and obviously
box
it's like a super
wall pieces
awkward,
soon.
it's like a super awkward size, you know. So like I
Yeah,
don't really
yeah,
know how to
yeah.
do it. Yeah. But anyway, do you want to talk about the kind of hint drops that we've seen for the beginning of
Yeah,
the year
let's do
from these
it.
videos?
So since we've been off just prior to Christmas, there have been three three videos that come out, I guess since the new year, right? Obviously no drop has come, but some videos have come out. So one was Who is Piggy Banks? And I love this video because it really it's the introduction of who the studio is, right? You have all the folks on the team. doing their craft that they do at the studio, and it ends with a montage of just all their faces, right? I thought that was amazing. But in that video, what they showed was the Gretzky crown that we can only anticipate's coming real soon, right? When the
Yeah.
studio is ready to drop
I also
again.
believe that that was like probably the first time that Brad has ever really like shown his face as like as Piggy. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
he
yeah,
like
and the
and like
sign at the end, that
and
was super cool.
obviously
Yeah,
like we had at the end of last year the like pig taking off the mask thing, and I think that that just shows that like it's time to no longer like be anonymous. It's time to you know really represent exactly what Piggy Banks is, and maybe start just filling people in a little more as opposed to being like intentionally mysterious.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And so let's touch on that Gretzky piece for a little bit. So I mean, we don't know when it's going to drop. Obviously, this is a great piece for the crown set. We've talked about it many times that Gretzky should be the next one who's getting a
It's
crown.
the no braineriest.
Yes, right, no brainer. And I'm assuming there'll be different variants with the different jerseys for the teams he's been on. So I can't wait for that. I'm super excited, and hopefully that will be. I don't know if it'll be the first drop, but hopefully we'll get a drop in the coming weeks, and we'll see if it's that one that they start with. Anything you want to say on the piece itself?
On that one, I mean only that that our boy KT needs one. I mean that's like I mean that's the reality of the situation, and I do hope I did hear like that just some rumors and some chats about like what they heard at the studio as far as
Hmm.
future of drops, and you know if they're talking about some portion of them being truly random and some portion of them being allocated by the studio, like if that's the case, like this guy has to get one.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm going publicly and saying KT needs a Gretzky crown, and you know there's nothing else to it.
yeah.
I'm going on record.
So with the studio, I think what we can anticipate is fewer drops, fewer quantity of pieces, and more transparency. I think those are the three big takeaways. Now, how
I
did they
heard
do
there was like
that?
a
What
lot of
changes?
people. There was a lot of people at the party that were talking about how they think that all of the allocations for the pieces should be done live on the Take It to the Banks podcast,
I
and
100% agree.
that we should just be in a spot where like we're going live and we're just going okay, so like the alpha of this one goes to, and we just like pull a random
Yep.
ball or like something that's like so many levels of randomness that like we could never rig it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we would like
Roll a dice.
deal a card, and then roll the dice that many times, and then pick that ball, and then like you know go
Exactly.
from there. And then anyway, just to be like, how fun would that be if like we did it live? It was a
How
live
fun would it be
video
for the
at
community
live.
who won, right? Like the people who
Yeah,
won, and like
yeah.
it'd be
It's
so
like
much
hey, like
fun.
tune in, and like obviously like if you just want to be surprised, then just wait, then just don't
Yeah.
watch it. You know, just open your
Exactly.
box when you get there. But the thing that I heard that was super cool was this idea because like we had in the Collector at Heart '03 the scenario where people spent a lot of money for their piece, and
Hmm.
then maybe they got a variant they weren't thrilled with. You know, like of
Right.
course, like you know,
Yeah.
it's inevitable, and obviously that was problematic. So I heard that potentially instead of doing a blind Dutch auction like that, there'll be the opportunity to like bid on each
Yeah.
individual piece, like say 10 go up, and like each one is like okay, like you want to bid on the hypnotic, it's right here. You
Yeah.
want to bid on the canvas, it's right here. And of course that way you're like, I mean that's really listening to the community, I think, because you're truly putting people in a situation where like they're able to get the piece that they really really want. And obviously like I think about it way more than I care to admit. But like, there's really not a great way to distribute piggy pieces. Like, there really isn't.
There
Like, no
isn't.
matter what you think of, there's just not great. Because obviously, if you say totally random, then you're giving like no loyalty bonus to the people who've been with you forever, right? And if you're saying only people who've been here forever, well, then who's going to want to get involved in something that's a closed circuit?
Right.
So there has to be a middle ground. And from what I've heard, this like five set aside, 10 random, 10 ones that you could like
Auctions.
auction. I'm like, dude, that seems like it's hard to have a problem with it. You
Right.
know, if the
Right.
studio recognizes there are five people that are like specifically deserving of this piece for one reason or another. It is totally within their right to decide where that
Yeah,
goes.
it's
You
funny.
know?
Everybody's saying that. Oh, I didn't hit. I want transparency. Now you're gonna get transparency, and you probably still won't hit.
Well, I mean, if you're going, if dude, like here's a super reality, right? If you say one drop a month, 25 pieces a drop.
Oof.
That's what 300 pieces a year physically made. Like
Yeah.
if there's 250, 300, 400, 500 diehard collectors, you're talking about half the people not getting a piece all year. Like I mean
Yeah.
that's a huge change from 2 drops a week at 40 to 50 pieces. But I guess the point is that if you have a piece now from this era, like fuck, I mean there's just a limited amount of piggies moving forward,
Yeah.
you know?
I know. It's great. It's gonna bring scarcity, which is not a bad thing. So, these are all hearsay. I mean, things can change, but
Of course. Like
I
that's
think
just like that's
I
just
think the
stuff that
studio's on the right track, right? If these are the things that they're thinking about, though, right?
I mean,
Okay.
I think that if you are truly going to say that you're going to do things randomly, showing them randomly is a very cool way to do it. And I think
Yeah.
it adds more content. Like imagine if it's a situation where like you've got this build up, right? You've got like the teaser for the piece like at the beginning of the month. You've got the actual drop like 2 weeks in. And then you've got the draw for the variants like a week after that. And it's like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Like people are tuning in to like watch and see who gets what. You know?
And just think, if there's that many drops, just how many banger after banger. Like we were already having bangers come out last year, right? Towards the end of last year. Just imagine, right, what it's going to be. And I can imagine going down this path. A lot of these sets that were going on, I think a lot of them will start to conclude, and we'll get into a new era and really into the stuff we started
I
seeing
mean,
at the end, the pop art and the originality of
yeah. I
pieces.
mean that's actually a really good point. Like the OCD set collector in me is like kind of freaked out by that, right? Because like if we only get 12 drops all year, like when the hell does the Eevee set get finished?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and like, do we ever see another fit check again if there's only 12 drops a year? And like, well, when does Collector at Heart finish? And
So,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, and so like, and then, okay, well, there's a crown. Okay, great. We know that. Well, that means there's only 11 more drops on the year. You know, there's this,
Yeah.
we didn't talk
Yeah.
about the divided,
Yeah, so
uh,
that's the next video. Let's get into the next video. So the next one is We Are an Art Studio. Love how they put the taped banana as we are not
not
that.
like that. Not like that. Not
We are truly an art studio. What we do is innovative. It is, from scratch, everything that we create, the drawings we make and the art we create. And in this, they had a piece that actually the folks that had gone on Friday were able to see, called Blind Divide, which is really more of like a political piece. I don't want to say too much about it because that one is really towards their pop art, like just kind of outside of a crown, let's say, or sports, right? It's got a lot of meaning to it. So I'm super excited about that. I think it will resonate with certain folks, but not everyone, right? When it comes to politics.
Yeah, I do wonder, like in general, if there are things that are truly like off limits for what Piggy can make that people will like.
Yeah.
And you have pieces like the Red, White, and Runway, like that's like a presidential piece. That was like
Hmm.
day. It was like a little bit of this like walking on the
Yeah.
Constitution. Like I get it. Um, not necessarily not my flavor. I think that we can safely say this one's a super banger. Um, I'm not. It's not one that I would be going for. I think that this is funny enough one that like as a 400, I think it probably is more fitting because to me it looks like the cover of Time magazine. Like
Mm.
that's what it looks like. It's a very accurate description of what's going on in our society right now. Maybe I'm in a spot where I'm not interested in it because frankly, like, I'm removing myself from this country to go somewhere else because I'm like can't stand the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And not even like that's not even to say like individual political stuff here. I just think that we're being like messed with by foreign assets that are just like completely corrupting our society, and it's like so
Yeah.
brutal. to be in. And obviously, in that sense, this piece is incredibly relevant. And I always love the fact that these pieces are dated, and you could always look at these and see like how good of a reflection it is in
Yeah.
that moment. And I
Yeah.
think it's really more art that people who in 100 years, 150 years, art historians looking at this period will really treasure that as opposed to a collector at heart or a king of the
Right.
city. It's going to mean those are going to mean nothing to them. Like a king of the city is going to mean nothing for someone in 200 years from now.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're studying American history and you're looking at this period, there is no question that this is the most divided time in American history, besides the Civil War.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think you could argue that there is a little bit of a civil war going on, anyways.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think in that the relevance is remarkable, and I think that I hope that there are enough people who are collecting this type of genre, this type of art, to really justify that being one of potentially 12 drops in the year. Because obviously, like I think around the people that I know in the community, and I think about Jordan collectors, and I think about Star Wars collectors, and I think about Pokemon collectors, and I think about sports collectors, and I don't think about too many people that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a guy who's like a big political collector. And
Yeah.
like I obviously I loved the TNT, the Totally Not Tense. I thought
Yeah.
that was
That's the other one I was
a
gonna
great
mention.
piece. I thought that was a great piece. And honestly, like, do I want to look at it every day? No. But it's only because I don't want to be reminded of this fucking shit show. But obviously it is such good art,
Oh, it's
So
amazing.
I get it, right? And I think that that kind of art is probably something that maybe falls more into a year with the amount of drops that we had last year, as opposed to a year where we're like super limited, because
Yeah.
I just think that there is a certain unit of stimulation that a collector needs to like stay involved in the community.
Yeah.
And like let's be real, if the next 40 drops are misses for you, like how much enthusiasm are you going to have
No,
for
for
piggy bank?
sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like
I mean, you
there's
got to
just
live off the secondary, right? That's the only way. You just survive off the
well, but
secondary.
even then, like if that is, it's just such a hypothetical, right? But if there's 40 drops in the future, you don't like any of them. You've certainly gotten any pieces you want in the secondary. Like, what else are you doing at that point? So I just think that it's in general super important that if there are going to be less drops, they're going to be super deliberate,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
super
100%
chosen,
agree.
and they've got to all succeed. I mean, I've talked about this a lot in my culinary world. Like, if I do a 3-course meal and you don't like 2 of them, that's a big fucking problem, you
Yeah.
know. But if I do a 12-course meal and you don't like 2 of them, you still like 10 dishes. Like I can live with that. And so obviously, I think that that's a pretty interesting pressure to put on yourself to make less art. Like the quality still has to be so good. Like it's so hard to have a miss if you're doing less.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, I agree. And,
Whereas you look at a month with 8 bangers and 1 miss, and it's like, okay, whatever. Like, and it's just a miss for like you or me or like a couple people. I don't think anything's like ever been a piggy that like nobody's bought. I mean, like that's
right.
crazy.
No, no, yeah, not especially with the limited quantity and stuff. I don't see any of that being an issue.
Yeah.
Let's jump to the last video. Was actually released today, the community thank you video, where they took highlights from the visit on Friday from the community. Beautiful video. It was a nice little snapshot. Got to see a lot of the collectors, and it's exciting, I'm sure, for the other collectors to be in those videos. So
Yeah,
super
I think
excited to see that.
I think that if you are a person that's really put in the hours, I mean, if you're traveling from another country, if you're traveling from the East Coast during a storm, fighting the flight cancellations, and like you're
Yeah.
doing it because you love this community, like
Oh yeah.
I think it's so fair to get a little bit of love back, a little bit of a shout out, like to just show the
Yeah.
appreciation. A lot of people go to bat for Piggy, and frankly, like I personally believe that Piggy's greatest asset is the community because a
Oh,
lot of us,
100%.
fully drink the Kool-Aid and like really believe in this and want to defend it if people talk bad about it. Like, bro, I actually get legitimately triggered when people talk about how Piggy art is AI. Because I'm
Oh,
like
it
you're
pisses
just
me
like
off.
you just like can't say that. Like it's
Yeah.
it's just so uneducated to put that together. Like, have they done some AI? Sure, probably. Just is it what's currently going on? Hell fucking no, man. And so like that's what kills me to see Cody like hand doing
Yeah,
every fucking line, and then have someone be
especially
like,
the
"Okay,
details in
well,
some of these pieces. I've seen him sit there and actually go line by line. I'm just like, oh man, that's a lot of time he puts into that art. A
yeah."
lot of
And
time.
so anyway, so like I think that you have people who like just want to fight for them because they fucking believe in it. You've
Yeah.
got people like Hillary Hunter and Nev and Neil and all these people who are like just running Discord, spending tons of time on there trying
Oh
to make
yeah.
stuff happen. Like, you can say ulterior motives, you can say whatever, but like the bottom line is like there are a bunch of people who are putting in a lot of hours of their week into piggy banks for the love of the game. A lot of them are not sitting there thinking that this is their pathway to like extreme profit, but they're wanting to build a collection that they really love. They're wanting to build displays that they're really proud of. Like, there's just so many cool things that are going on with that, and like obviously it's easy to get a little caught up on like some negativity stuff, but like
That stuff
overall, I think
passes. That stuff passes. Let me tell you. Any the there's folks who, whether they lose interest, they haven't had a hit, moving their stuff, bring it on. I mean, I'm telling you, the things that are coming, the scarcity that's going to come to pieces, the evolution of how the art's going to grow, everything that's already out there right now, that's all going to balloon into something bigger, and what's coming is going to be even more fire. And I think, you know this community has always started as a small community. We're here for each other. We're here for piggy banks, and they're not. If folks are not interested, that's fine. We still have a community.
yeah, I think that's also an interesting part too, because like if you're talking about 12 drops a year or something like that, 10 pieces randomly out there, like, man, we're in a really interesting spot where it comes to growing the community.
Yeah,
Like, it's at that point it's almost going to become something where like if you're getting involved in the community, you're just going to have to be understanding that like the chances of hitting a retail thing are just like so
um,
low.
yeah,
And at that point your only option if you want to collect is to go secondary.
yeah,
And honestly, like if you're a first timer watching this, like please feel free to reach out. If you have pieces you're looking for, like we're pretty well connected. We can always try to help people
yeah,
find them. And like I truly take a great joy in doing that, especially if someone has like a really obscure variant request, and like I've seen that. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy to tell you like exactly where your thing is. Like
yeah.
I think that's such a cool thing to be able to do. And obviously, like I think it's very interesting too. Like I had something happen where like I had a piece and I was really looking for its brother, and I found it, and the other person was like, you know what, I'm just like not gonna move it. And I was like, okay, well, like, do you want the matching set? And he was like, no. I was like, oh my god, like I can't wrap my head around that, but like, okay. And so like I had to give up the one because I was like I felt
Yeah,
so defeated. I'm like if I can't get the
yeah,
matching set, like what am I even doing? You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
All right. I know we're approaching time soon, but I wanted to get to our winner for our Battle of the Banks for our top 2025 piece of the year. You ready? Drum roll. Collector at Heart won. Man, and what side of the bracket that come from? This
I think that
guy.
was
This
I think
guy's
that was mine.
side.
I think we talked about
Uh,
doing no sets, and like you just went ahead and did like one of the bangers from like the best sets that ever been made. So good for you,
that one
bro.
was the what are you talking about? You're the one who picked Left Foot Legend too. That's part of a set.
I picked Mr.
Uh
Banks.
uh
I picked Mr. Banks 50K. That's what I picked.
you picked second place. Okay, got it. Got
Yeah, I guess
it.
so. I
That's a
guess
great
so.
piece. No, it was. Can I tell you that was such a tight voting. The collector at heart one against separation anxiety was super tight. I mean, there were some really really close contests. Um, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put a graphic of the winner on our Instagram, and then I'm also gonna put the entire bracket filled out on our Instagram. So I have
Cool.
both of those for us to post. So I'll get
Nice.
that posted
And
for
then
everyone.
and then was there any that were like super blowouts?
There were quite a few super blowouts when it came to like separation anxiety round one. Um, the I picked I don't know who Believer was against, but that one was a blowout. And then on your side, who'd you have Left Foot Legend against? I can't recall, but I believe that was a blowout too. Oh, you're Mr. Banks. pretty easy across. That one did not have any. That was a clear number two.
Yeah,
That one destroyed everything on its way to the finals.
yeah, and that's wild too, because like that's a piece that like you can get for like 2K, and obviously like we
Actually,
saw
I
that.
even forgot that was last year. It was so early in the year. I think it's
Yeah,
February.
we saw the Collector at Heart '01 was like, I mean, there was guys turning down in 7K at the party, you know.
Yeah,
And obviously, I think that someone ended up selling for four, but like that's still
that
like
was to
a
help him out. Yeah.
yeah. And obviously, like we said that in our polished podcast era,
Yeah.
that the Collector at Heart set is really like the full finished product from like whatever the dream that started Piggy Banks was, you
Oh,
know.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
that's
That
it.
whole set I love. I really hope that set continues, and
I think that you
I'm
can
really
bet
excited.
we can
That
bet
one should.
for sure we're gonna see one this year.
Yeah. No, I agree. We will see
And
one more
since I've
Collector
and
Art.
now that I've said it, none.
No, we're not gonna happen. It's done. It's done.
Yeah, we'll never have another collector heart again.
Yeah.
That's how powerful I
Or
am.
all right, Jason. Well, to everyone that joined us, I'm so happy we were able to figure out how to keep these coming. Jason and I every week would just be like, "Is it time? Is it time?" Well, you know what? We'll make it time now. We'll keep doing this till the studio is ready for us. Really raw, uncut, no opening, no ending, just us saying out. So
Yeah.
thank you for joining.
Deuces. See ya.